Welcome everybody to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. I'm your host, Mr. Derek, and I'm super excited. Happy Saturday, everybody. Today is a great day to be alive. Hopefully, you guys can hear me loud and clear. Just give me one or two people to let me know that you can hear me loud and clear, and we'll jump right into today. And again, guys, welcome, man. It's Saturday. It's a great day to be alive. A lot of people didn't wake up this morning, but you all did. So we thank God for that. And again, we always tell people that if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. If you've ever tried to figure out how to combine the love of God, real estate, right, and helping people, again, you're in the right place. We teach something that's called independent living facilities, right? So again, that's just an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So again, these are not group homes, what we'll be talking about today. These are not these are not ALFs, an assistant living facility. These are literally, guys, a housing model of which you can start with no license. You don't have to own the property, no sprinkler systems, and I don't need any kind of oversight from DCF, ACA, or any of that stuff. So no matter where you live at, most of the time to open up a group home or your traditional ALF, your family adult daycare, the IDD, all of that stuff, that requires a license. You have to own the property. You got to get permission from your state, right? There's tons of oversight. Guys, with the ILF model, which stands for Independent Living Facility, guys, that is simply nothing that's required in terms of the licensures that you have to go through to get an ALF or traditional group home open. No walkthroughs from your state, no needed permission, because again, the most important part of the ILF model, guys, is the I, and it stands for independent. So why would I need a license if I'm housing independent adults that need no other services from me? So I think that's the misconception. And my job every Saturday is to come here and teach it, right? And talk about it. Because many years ago, God changed my life doing this, y'all. And I used to be a social worker, right? But now I'm on the other side of the fence, just like a lot of you all want to be. But I'm a lot different from a lot of people that you may run into, right? A lot of people are trying to hide this from you. Because even me as the social worker, people tried to hide this from me, y'all. And luckily, the God, because I take no credit, man, God allowed me to see some stuff and get into it. And I say, God, if you let me get into this, man, I'll never take any credit. I'll give you all the credit and I'll go all over the world teaching it. So literally, guys, 5-6 days a week, most of the time, I'm somewhere explaining and teaching and consulting on this ILF model. Because quite frankly, a lot of people want to get in this. A lot of people want to do it. They just don't know how. So again, from idea to implementation is what we're kind of known for, right? A lot of you guys have the idea, but again, you have no clue how to implement it and how to get started. And that's exactly what we do. So welcome everybody. Go ahead and put in the chat where you guys are from. We love the network here. I've already seen Tia. I think I've seen Katara. And I want to give a big shout out to a lot of different people today. And that's probably how I'm going to start this room off. But if you're new to us, we also want to know that we put some instruction at the bottom that's scrolling across your screen. If you just text the phrase more info, we also want to introduce you to our introductory webinar and also a free discovery call with me. So the first step to all of this, guys, is watching that webinar. And literally, you can get that webinar by just texting more info to 407-326-0086. I recommend you just go ahead and do that now. And then once we're done today, you can go ahead and watch that with your family, your business partner, your spouse. And then again, let's get on my calendar to talk about how can we get you started in terms of where you live at. Because on this YouTube channel, I'll talk a lot in general, but we love to talk it exactly in terms of where you live at. So everybody go ahead and put in the chat where you're from, where you're located, or just go ahead and speak in faith. When you do launch your ILF, your housing program, where are you going to launch it? So again, if you just joined us, we're teaching folks how to start their own independent living facility without the need for staff and or medical oversight. And we also specialize in answering questions. So if you have any questions concerning this model, please put it in the chat, raise your hand, come up, whatever it takes. We're also streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and a bunch of other places. So again, I just want to say thank y'all again. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, all right. So welcome back, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. I super appreciate it. If you just got here, you haven't missed anything. You're right on time. We're simply talking about a shared housing program, or something that most of y'all think is a regular group home, right? So we're discussing independent living facilities today. We call them ILFs, and that is just simply an environment where adults can live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So again, if you've ever dreamed of housing people but thought you needed a license, you don't, and you're in the right place today. So we combine ministry, right, the love of God, and real estate and social services all in one. And I want to give a big shout out to a couple of people that are under our coaching. It seems like a lot of you all have gotten your properties within this last like week or two. So I want to give a big shout out to Miss Deltrice over there. I think she's over there in South Carolina. What's so interesting about Miss Deltrice is that her place is really close to a HBCU. So she's very close to a college. So she literally opened up her place, guys, in 11 days. She filled all her beds, guys, in 11 days, and has a waiting list. So that is super exciting. If you're excited for Miss Deltrice, put a number 7 in the chat. All right, congratulations. I want to give a big shout out to Miss Tia out there in Haines City, Florida, who also just finished renovating her property, and sounds like she's ready to go. So Miss Tia, we're super excited for you, and we're going to come to your place because you're actually close to us. So big shout out to Miss Tia. Also, Miss Tia, if you're here, I think you're here, put the name of your program in the chat so people know who you are, what's the name of your program, and also where you're located. Also, Tia, feel free to tell people how long you've been under the coaching so that people can get a good idea. Tia is a lot different from a lot of us, y'all, that will get into this. Most of us are going to rent and lease these places. Tia got some, some, how can I call it? Tia got some get up and go about her. So Tia bought a place, y'all, renovated it, and it's finished now. So we're going to be doing a walkthrough of Tia's place. You guys will see me and Tia on camera. Whenever Tia invites me there, she's going to send me an invite. And as y'all can see, the name of her program is called Reaching for Success Solutions. Reaching for Success Solutions. Until, if I'm wrong about this, you tell me, but I think that's a 3-bed, 2-bath home. So in the scheme of things, in terms of what we do, Till is going to be able to take 6 people from homeless to hopeful in something that looks like this, right? So this shared living environment that we're always talking about, some of the rooms sometimes can look like this in terms of that private room, but unless Tia tell y'all differently in the chat, most of Tia's rooms are going to look just like this, to where we're putting those 2 people per room. And guys, remember, Tia is housing people that are independent. Tia is not a nurse. Tia is not an LPN. Tia didn't go to nursing school, unless she did behind my back and didn't tell me. Tia is not what most of y'all will think is a healthcare provider, and you don't need to be, guys. Tia has a heart for people. She loves God, and she loves real estate. And Tia had an idea of, man, how can I merge all of that together? Found us on YouTube or Instagram, came to our June 2024 ILF conference, became an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, and now is getting ready to change lives in her community. Great job, Tia. I want to give a big shout out to the Pierre family that just closed on their property. This is another rental property down there in South Florida in the Miami Gardens area. They got a 4-bed, 2-bath home, getting ready to take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. They've been on our coaching less than 6 weeks. So again, guys, if you're just listening to this and you're new, you're hearing me shout out people that have been under our coaching less than 3 months, y'all, and they got a house and ready to go. So big shout out to, again, the Hervins, Miss Pierre. I always call her Miss Pierre Magna. But big shout out to you all. You guys are doing what we call moving at the speed of instruction. You're taking the coaching and you're not sitting on it. Some people get this coaching, y'all, and just sit on it. The people that I'm calling out right now, like, they're not doing that. Big shout out to Miss Nicole, her and her business partner. They're in New York. And most of y'all know how I am about New York and California and New Jersey. I ain't crazy about them kind of places to do this. But guess what? My coaching tells y'all this works in all 50 states. We don't care where you live at. If you love God, love people, and you trying to get into real estate, this is how you can mesh all of them together. Because not that Derek said it, but guys, the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us. And we're literally doing God's will, y'all, through real estate. Like, how cool is that? So Nicole has got a 4-bedroom, right? So that means that Nicole is going to be able to take either 8 people from homeless to hopeful, or Nicole's thinking about doing that private model. We talk a lot about that private model in terms of it just being that 1 bed per room. That means that when you get a call from that military veteran or that guy that has a job at Kroger's or Publix or Walmart, he don't want your shared room because his income can't afford it, Miss Teal. So, Miss Teal, you can run into some people that say, well, Miss Teal, this all sounds great, but Miss Teal, like, do you have anything private? And Teal, you're going to offer him a room that looks like this, what you see on the screen now. He's not going to want your shared room. That military veteran, they get $2,800 a month. He don't want your shared room. So that's why in this one model, which we call independent living facilities, there's actually 3 different ways to live in it. The first one is the most common, which most people know about, is the shared model, which is going to be 2 people per room. That means you're going to have a roommate. That other one is that private room. That means just 1 bed in that room, but he still shares the hallway bathroom. He still shares the kitchen, the refrigerator, the freezer. He shares the living room, the seating area, the quiet room. But he still has his own room, though. And then you got that model where it's 2 people per room. That means that their income really can't afford to have their own room. Now, I'll admit, 90% of the people that I house, they're going to fit this model right here because they can't afford their own private room. And again, that's why this independent living facility model is so flexible. Notice the title hasn't changed, y'all, since 3 rooms ago. The title today says, why the ILF model, ? Part 3. We're on part 3 of this. If you guys want to know why this is the best real estate strategy and why the ILF model, I don't need a license. I don't need permission from my city or my state. This is also ministry, and I'm showing the love of God through real estate. How many of you guys love God, love people, and love real estate? Put a number 7 in the chat. If you love God, love people, and you trying to get into real estate, I'm going to be the first one. Put a number 7 in the chat if that's kind of what you live by, because that's us here at Forston Consultants. We want to love God, love people, and hopefully, man, we can combine that with real estate because the Bible said it, not Derek. The Bible says the poor and needy, the widow, will always be among us, and we're to take care of these people through ministry, Miss Charmaine. Miss Charmaine, you're right there in Canton, Ohio. You know different from me over here in Orlando, Florida. Katara's in South Carolina. Tia's in Haines City, Florida, Polk County. Like, guys, no matter where you live at, it's a problem. Housing and affordable housing is a problem. I dare any of y'all to argue with me. Guys, am I right about it? So this gives you the chance, because watch this, guys. I'm very transparent about this. God showed me a lady that was making $41,000 a month doing this, y'all, but she was doing it housing people in rats and roaches. So when I figured out that I could get into something like this and it could help people and I could please God at the same time, I was like, God, can I get in this? And people hid it from me. Nobody wanted to show me how to do it. The one lady that I see doing it, she housing people in rats and roaches, and she was still making 41 grand a month. I always ask people, boy, if you was making 41 grand a month, Miss Charmaine, would that change your life a little bit? Charmaine, I don't know your finances, but me and you family now, Charmaine. Charmaine, I would like to believe if I deposited $41,000 a month in your bank account, Miss Sanders, I would like to think that that would change your life a little bit. Charmaine, tell me if I'm a liar. Charmaine, tell me if I'm lying. If 41 grand every 28 to 31 days, Charmaine, would that not change your life? And Charmaine, if that number is too small, excuse me for my ignorance. But I know that most people, Charmaine, 41 grand a month will change your life. And as I was making $28,000 a year, Charmaine, I say, God, you know respect of persons. God, you love that girl just like you love me. But even though she mistreating your people, I say, God, if you let me get into this, God, first of all, I'll share it with other people. Charmaine, me and you talked about this before. I truly believe that why we're so blessed is because we actually share it with other people. Charmaine, I begged people to show me what this was. Charmaine, you let me talk to you about this for over an hour. Me just telling you, Charmaine, I was begging people to show me how to do this. And Charmaine, you know my story. I was the social worker. So I was what they would call the honeypot. I was the golden goose. I was the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, Charmaine, and I didn't even know it. And one day, the light bulb came on and said, Derek, what are you doing? You the social worker, Derek. You the key to all of this. Derek, if you just turn yourself around and be the guy on the other side, Derek, you can change your life from making 28 grand a year. Because I said, God, how can I make 28 grand a month? I said, God, can you turn my yearly salary into my monthly salary? Because God, it ain't by chance you just showed me a lady that's making $41,000 a month, but God, she mistreating your people. She housing these people in rats and roaches, in squalor. The beds are on the ground. Like, y'all wouldn't believe some of the stuff that I saw. And I knew one day, Charmaine, that when I told this story, Katara, I knew people wouldn't believe me. Tia, I knew people wouldn't believe me when I told the story, so I took pictures of it. The day that I was telling people that I saw a guy that was sleeping on cinder blocks, and I jokingly say this, but if you don't have your glasses on today and you can't see that picture, that gentleman's bed, one of these guys' bed is on the floor. No bed rails, no sheets, no pillow, no comforter, no pillowcase. The mattresses are on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all see the guy bed that's on cinder blocks? Can I get 3 of y'all to just say yes? Because I want to make sure y'all can see my pictures. Because if I'm showing this and y'all can't see it, I'm going to feel real dumb about that. But there's a guy's bed with no sheets, no bed rails, but they sitting on cinder blocks. And this is the same lady making $41,000 a month. Katara, the devil is a liar. Miss Tia, I know you wouldn't do this, but if I find out you housing people on cinder blocks, man, we disconnected. How can you make $41,000 every 30 days, Tiffany, and you house people on cinder blocks and their beds are on the floor? Remember I told you guys as a part of y'all culture, especially people like Tiffany, Katara, Charmaine, Tia, you guys got my one-on-one coaching. You guys are ILF Mastery Blueprint members. Remember I told you that so many people are going to do this the wrong way, that Tiffany, the day you open your doors to Good Samaritan Solutions in Oklahoma, that you're going to stand out like a sore thumb because you're finally doing it the right way. How many of you all have started this under us and now you're seeing that you stick out because you do this the right way? You do it in places that look like this. We provide clean, nice, affordable housing. Guys, we're not housing people like this. I saw a kitchen, y'all, that was burnt up. They still got the stove plugged in the wall, Katara. Katara, you would think if they almost burnt the place down that they would unplug the stove and just keep things safe. Man, they still cooking in this kitchen. Look at the other set of beds on the floor. Guys, this is one of my biggest pet peeves. If you ever heard me do one-on-one coaching, guys, we are not going to make this kind of money. And don't get it twisted. You can make a lot of money doing this, y'all, because money follows ministry. Money also follows mastery. Can 2 of y'all type in the chat, money follows ministry? Because we really don't talk about the money side of this that much because money's already built into this, Miss Charmaine. We talked about that when we first met. You don't got a lot of people, cheat people, steal people, and you sure don't have to house them in rats and roaches. So as roaches are running in and out of these cabinets and little mice running in and out of the drawers, guys, this broke my heart when I found out. Because some of y'all don't know my full story, but guys, as the social worker, I didn't see any of this stuff sitting behind a 9-to-5 desk working a job. And see how I done got off on this tangent? I'm supposed to be congratulating people on getting their first house. But if you're new to us, I just want you to feel from where all of this comes from. Guys, it started as me as this social worker. I'm no genius. I used to go to a 9-to-5 job 5 to 6 days a week, wearing a shirt and a tie most days. And my job, that when people came to my hospital and it was time for them to be discharged, I was calling and looking for people just like y'all. Every one of you all that are in here trying to do this, I was begging for people like y'all because there was no other choices other than to send people to the rats and the roaches. So I tell everybody, guys, I've never been the smartest guy in the classroom. I'm not that genius. But boy, when God blow on these ideas that I have now, he makes it look genius, y'all. And again, we laugh and we joke and we play all the time, guys, but the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among you. Guys, this is a no-brainer that you can do God's will, show the love of God, be involved in real estate, and make enough money to feed your family. Lord have mercy. That's what we live by, y'all. I want to please God. I want to help people. I want to be respected by my community. And guys, I want to make enough money to feed my family. Because also in there it said that if I'm building the kingdom, the Bible said that if I'm building the kingdom, if I focus on the kingdom, if I put God's plans before mine, seek ye first the kingdom, because Tiffany gonna tell me if I'm saying this wrong. Tiffany, put it in the chat. What's the scripture, Tiffany, about seek ye first the kingdom and God's righteousness and all of these things? I love that part, Tiffany, where it say all, because the ALL mean all that stuff you want. That fancy car you want, the house that you want, the luxury stuff that you want. But notice how that also matches with what I teach you guys about build something that's bigger than you. Build something that will outlast you. Build something that can outlast you once you're dead and gone and in the grave. God and I have made an agreement, y'all, that I'm going to live to about 115 years old. We already worked it out. Year 116, when I'm gone from this earth, somebody still should be running second chance housing, which is my ILF, and somebody still should be teaching this from Forster Consultants. And guys, I really mean that. This thing shouldn't stop when I do. Most of y'all that really know me and been around a while, most of y'all know that my brother passed away not long ago. And time flies, because that's going to be about a year coming up soon. My brother passed away last November, y'all. We taught this together for over 7 years. Don't you know that even though my brother is gone, his voice still lives on and he's still teaching people? The last masterclass that we had was my brother and I did a recording as a role play. How many of you all were in that class and you still learned from my brother? Put a number 3 in the chat. If you're still learning from Otis, or you were in that class and you still got the teaching from the role play, guys, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to live to about 115 years old, Tay. But Tay, year 116, somebody still should be teaching this. Some guy that probably look like me, sound like me, probably my son. Probably somebody that's connected to me as a cousin. My children, offsprings of my children. Somebody still should be doing this, because I'm building this thing to outlast me. This is bigger than me, y'all. And one thing that I also realize in business, if you build a business to where the center of is God and you please God and you helping people, boy, it's hard to lose in a business like that. That's why I think every other business that we also started flourishes, because the first business that I have is truly dedicated to God and housing these people, and the least of thee. Remember, guys, I'm no preacher, I'm no pastor, I'm none of that stuff. But the Bible said that when we house these kind of people that I'm talking about today, God said it's like doing it unto the least of thee, and God said it's like it's doing it unto me. Can you imagine doing God a favor and not housing people in conditions like what you see on this screen? That's heartbreaking. We don't do that. We want it to look more so like this, because an independent living facility, guys, should be a clean, affordable environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Right here, I'm going to take 2 seconds to tell you that if you haven't joined our free Facebook Academy, it's a free Facebook group. Make sure you do that. We're getting ready to take a commercial break. Take a little time, go to Facebook, and join the ILF Academy. It is absolutely free. I spoil that group there. We do a lot of things in there in terms of answering questions, going live. In fact, the last 2 lives have been so good, I erased them. And that's a whole nother reason for that we'll talk about later. But you want to make sure that you join the ILF Academy for continual learning and education in terms of what this is. Let's take a break, guys, and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. But let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching, just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forsterconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show. Do it. So as you guys see on the screen, this is better than starting a traditional group home, guys. And our ILF Mastery Blueprint is the one-on-one coaching, and that's what most people get when they come to us. But nevertheless, we are here every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday faithfully. So Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. And again, we specialize in answering all of your questions, okay? I also want to give a big shout out to Aklina in Orlando, who just got her first housing program, a 4-bed, 2-bath, very new, and she's already receiving referrals from my virtual assistant. So don't forget, guys, the HRA, you guys can be referring to a lot of these people that I'm congratulating right now, and you can make a referral fee. So if you're super new to us, you never heard of the HRA, the Housing Referral Agency, where I teach you how to do exactly what we do. But instead of you housing the people, you're going to refer them to somebody else that already has the housing. That's called the HRA. And again, you can get that just by texting more info, just that phrase, more info, MOREINFO to 407-326-0086. And that number is scrolling below. And that'll give you both of our webinars, guys. Watch them both. And then let's get on the free discovery call and talk about how fast can we get you started. Also want to give a shout out to Miss Rita and Ken Klum that have now got their third facility. So they are moving really fast as well. So congratulations to a lot of you all. Every one of them are under our ILF Mastery Blueprint coaching. That's why it happens so fast for these folks. Again, even though we teach this for absolutely free 3 days a week, there is nothing like our one-on-one coaching, right? Because obviously we can go deeper and we can customize it in terms of where you live at. So again, if you want our one-on-one coaching, absolutely let us know. We got some crazy stuff that's going on. There's a new version of our ILF Mastery Blueprint that hasn't even really been posted yet on our website. I'm kind of struggling with the name, right? We've already got the price. So most people know that our coaching, especially with the scholarship, you guys can get the ILF Mastery Blueprint for $7,500, right? But we got another version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint that's only $3,000, right? And that one, there's some things that's been removed from the original ILF Mastery Blueprint so that it can be much more affordable. We understand that times are tough, and we understand that as coaches, right? And we always want to make things available to people and not ever make price kind of like the problem. So on top of that, we offer financing, coaching financing, third-party financing, in-house financing. So there's never an excuse. Now there's an ILF Mastery Blueprint that's still one-on-one coaching that's only $3,000, right? So we've almost solidified the name. I told my team by Monday I won't be picky anymore, and I will pick a name for it. But nevertheless, it's the exact same thing as the ILF Mastery Blueprint. The only difference is that the time frame is different, that you're with me. There isn't a virtual assistant involved in it. Because normally, guys, remember, we give you a complimentary VA. And I think the HRA is not involved in it, right? But other than that, it's pretty much the same package. We just did that to be able to make a much more affordable package for people that wants the one-on-one coaching that may not be able to afford the $7,500, even though that's also a scholarship priced at that point. So guys, don't forget, if you got any questions, any concerns, let us know. We love questions. Also, don't forget, on the 27th of this month, which is less than 3 days now, we have a workshop, guys, that's only $97. That's another thing that we've been doing new, is having 2 workshops a month to kind of help people with some of the coaching. For people that say, well, Derek, I don't need all your coaching, man. I just want to a la carte certain stuff. And that's what we've been doing. So the first 2 workshops have literally been the main 2 questions that we get above anything else. Derek, how do I get a property? That one was last Tuesday. And then the one that's on the 27th, Derek, what are you guys asking on the assessment? How do we get the right people? What's up with that marketing, Derek? And then also 15 minutes of every one of these workshops at the end, I allow for a pick my brain session. So a lot of people have been doing that literally don't really even want what I'm teaching, but they want to ask their own personal questions. So they're paying for that too. So again, that's very smart. And again, these workshops, guys, are only $97. So again, if that's something that you want, you can text the word workshop to that same phone number, 407-326-0086. And we're going to go over line for line, guys, and I'm going to give y'all my exact assessment. How do we pick the right people? How do we choose the right people? How do we serve the right people? Guys, it's one thing to have a housing program and just take everybody that calls your phone. That can turn into a clown show. Ask me. Ask me how I know how, right? Or you can do the proper assessment to make sure that you're housing people in a safe manner by making sure that everybody's a good fit. Remember, because from day one, these people are strangers to each other. But over time, if you do this just right, they'll evolve into family. So again, the 27th of this month at 7 p.m. And also what a lot of people are doing too. If this is a conflict to your schedule, still get it and pay for it, and we'll send it to you. Because if you miss it, after these guys, the price actually changes. So these are such a cheat code in terms of what we're charging, because I'm literally pulling topics from the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So this is very expensive coaching, guys, and I'm literally giving y'all for $97. And most of these workshops come with the workbook or the documents or the paperwork that a lot of y'all always ask us for anyway. So again, these workshops are going to be a cheat code for a lot of people, especially for folks that kind of have the house and you're kind of in it, but you kind of still don't know what to do. That's what we're going to appreciate for people like that. So again, if you have a property already, but maybe you lack the financing to get the complete coaching, you need to look forward to these workshops. So again, text the word workshop to 407-326-0086, and my team will send you the information about the workshop as well. So also, I want to be a reminder for anybody that said, boy, when my kids go to college, when they all get out the house, that's when I'm going to start my dream. Let me be a reminder today that a lot of y'all kids went to college. A lot of y'all said that when your kids get back in school, you're going to start your entrepreneur life. So again, some of y'all have a lot of free time during the daytime now because your kids are back in school, especially you guys that have the smaller kids and they're harder to handle all summer long or during the daytime every day. But when school is in, so don't forget, you promised yourself, and I'm not going to say raise your hand or put a number 3 in the chat or none of that, but you know who you are, that if you promised yourself that when your kids get back in school or go back to college or when school starts, that you're going to start this whole entrepreneur life or start your housing program, let me be an encouragement that you said that, and let's get you started. So if there are any questions that you guys have for me, now is a great time to let me know. I got a few more announcements that I want to make, but also got some more teaching that I also want to do. But I want to stop and just pause for 2 seconds. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns about anything concerning this model that I just explained in terms of you can do this without a license, because the people that we're serving, they're independent, guys. They're not anybody that needs medication reminders, anybody that we have to administer medications to. We're not driving people around to doctor's appointments, and we're not feeding people. So I jokingly say all the time that I don't cook my clients bologna sandwich. I don't drive them to CVS or Walgreens or Kroger's or Walmart. And guys, I do not prepare their food. Those are the 3 things that if you're trying to do that, that's normally what's going to get you in trouble when you're trying to do something like this. So if everybody understands that, you're going to understand why we call these independent living facilities. Some of y'all may call them an unlicensed group home. We tell you guys this, I don't care what you call it. Just remember that the kind of clients that you're serving must be independent, because you may want to call it shared living. You may want to call this co-living, co-housing, communal living. You may want to put your own name on it like we did, and I call mine Second Chance. So notice even right here on my shirt, just like I teach you guys, always be a walking billboard. Everything that I'm wearing usually says something about Second Chance, Forster Consultants, Digital Flow Solutions, or VA 101. And that's our virtual assistant staffing agency. So I'm so proud of Katara, who literally texted me this morning, who's got another property and went to the bank, branded, just like I taught her. Katara, don't go to the bank in your favorite red shirt because you a Seminoles fan. You got your football shirt on. Katara, don't go to that place with your favorite pink blouse on. Go with 311 Solutions because that's the name of her program. Not only did the bank give her business credit, they were excited to hear about what she's doing in the community. And I hope she brought them here because she stated that they were so excited in terms of what it was that they want to hear this. So my people from the bank that did business with Katara, if you're here, welcome. And on my behalf of Forster Consultants and Second Chance Housing, thank you for how you treated Katara in that bank. Thank you for the business credit that you gave her. And you're more than welcome to be on my channel to explain to all of my people of how business credit can help their business. So Katara didn't share with me what bank it was, and maybe she'll put that in the chat. But ma'am or sir, you are more than welcome to come here and feature on our channel to talk to my people about how can they utilize business credit to continue to do the great work that we're teaching them to do in the community and through real estate. So again, thank you, because Katara is family to us. Okay. So and Katara's putting hearts in the chat. So again, let me change this screen because I want to show y'all something. Then I'm gonna read some questions that I see in the chat. Okay, so Tay says, is there a better time of the month or year that is better or vetting and onboarding residents? Not really. All year long, 365 days a year, we do see an uptick in females once it gets really cold outside, Tay. So depending on where you live at, our census, meaning our bed count for our women, goes through the roof when it gets cold outside. One thing that we noticed in this kind of housing that we do, Tay, is that the men are kind of like that too. They can live outside. They can not want to give you their SSI check and rather live in the woods. But when that temperature stops dropping lower than 50 degrees, 40 degrees, 30 degrees, that's when we call it come on in, because they're ready to come in now. So now from, let's just say, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, for some of y'all, they want to come in. I'm in Florida, in Orlando, so guess what? It's still hot in December. I can go to the beach and jump into a pool in December. December 1 through probably 15, but through the 18th through the 31st, it's going to get a little cold. January, February, absolutely cold in Florida, in Orlando. But November, Thanksgiving, no problem. December, Tay, no problem. But just to give you just a little bit of insight on that, no, 365 days of the year. We get calls all the time for everybody. There's no better time than vetting people. But in the winter time, usually calls go through the roof. And like right now, for me in Orlando, Florida, it's rainy season. Every day there's a thunderstorm, right? So we get rains randomly throughout the day now. Some people don't like that. They want to come in now. And that's what we'll call, again, for some people, it's time to come in now. They rather come in. Like I got a guy right now. I house him every year for about 4 or 5 months. The rest of the year, he lives outside. His saying is this: Derek, I don't want to give you my whole check. Derek, I don't mind living outside. Derek, I can go buy me a tent from Walmart for $30 and I'm good. But Derek, I'll be calling you December 3rd, December 4th, because he get paid on the 3rd. And remember, I told you from December through February, sometimes March, where I live at, that's when they coming in, Tay. They don't want to be outside. So I got a guy like that. Next question was, is there a way to overcome objection if the house is in an HOA? A lot of homes these days are in HOAs. Let me put it like this, Tay. Am I out loud coaching on YouTube? I'm always gonna say no to that. Nope. But my people that got one-on-one coaching, we go a little deeper on that. There's some ways that you can do a little something, something, something. But just to keep everybody out of trouble and say, well, Derek said you could do this in the HOA. You will always hear me say, Derek said that you cannot do this in an HOA, because most of the time, Tay, in the fine print, it's going to say you can't run a business in this HOA. You can't do shared living, shared housing, or Airbnb in here. You can't run a business out of here. And all of that, Tay, is what we doing. You can't sublease in here. I just saved somebody's life by asking that question. Because again, HOA and Tay, watch this. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper because see, Tay helping y'all because see, Tay's a masterclass alumni. So I'm gonna give this to Tay and just pretend it's only me and Tay talking. Tay, most of the time, too, when I'm talking about an HOA, Tay, I'm talking about a gated HOA. Now, I'm gonna just let y'all take that however you want to, okay? And y'all can thank Tay later. But Tay, when I'm talking about an HOA, usually Tay, I'm talking about, and I'm worried about my guy who doesn't look the same as the rest of us, who may be twisting his hair in dreads and pants might be falling down, may look a little disheveled. And he at the front gate typing in numbers and he don't know the code to the gate. Tay, I don't need that kind of attention on me. Get where I'm going, Tay? My guy don't drive a car, Tay, so he not driving up to the kiosk and going boop, boop, 7835, boop. So, Tay, what if you got an HOA that is so big and so enormous and there's no gate around it? It's just wide. Tay, you can't even tell that it's an HOA. Now, watch me try to say this real carefully. Tay, if I'm going to do it in an HOA, it's going to be in one like that. I can drive you guys to tons of HOAs right now, and none of y'all will ever know it because it don't look like it. Tay, it's not gated. Tay, everybody's house don't look great. The grass ain't cut. Most of y'all, when y'all think HOA, y'all thinking what y'all live in right now. I live in an HOA, guys. It's pretty nice in here. They want everybody grass cut, Tay. Tay, they don't want your commercial vehicle in the driveway, Tay. Tay, your house got to be painted. Tay, truth be told, my house can probably go another year or two before we paint it, but they want me to paint it right now. So guess who's getting quotes on paint right now for my house? Me, Tay. I'm in a gated community, Tay. Gated. Tay, I can drive you to another place where I own a property. There are no gates. Grasses are overgrown everywhere. You can't even tell it's an HOA. Tay, that's the HOA that I may do it in. But remember that Derek Forston of Forston Consultants tells you all, somebody record this because this is recorded. Derek says that it is not a good idea to do this in an HOA. Period, Tay. And Tay, and guess what else too? Tay, I never in my life would have imagined that I would have joined a board of anything when it comes to like this. Guess who's getting ready to also be on my board at my HOA where I live at? That comes with a lot of benefits too. Because this new business that I keep telling y'all that I've started that I can't tell you yet, well, I can talk about it now. I don't know if it's going to be today, but that business, Tay, because I'm in an HOA, is going to benefit. So hopefully I didn't lose anybody. And Tay gave me that wink like, Derek, I get it. So can 5 of y'all just put a number 7 in the chat and say, yeah, Derek, I get exactly what you're saying without you kind of saying it. Yeah. But no, Tay, no HOAs. I don't want y'all to get in no trouble. And Katara said, Growth Financial Federal Credit Union. Oh, I love that. That's a credit union. I love that. In fact, we used to have a Growth Financial where I am here in Florida. So I wonder if that's that same branch. So I'm gonna turn that into a teaching moment too. Notice what Katara put in that chat, y'all, about credit union, and that's where she opened up that account, and that's where she got that business credit. I teach that to my people. When people say, well, I'd imagine Katara said this to me probably 9 months ago, a year ago. Derek, what kind of bank account should I open up? And y'all, Katara don't talk that way. Her voice is really soft. I just do that. I said, Katara, now this is me, and this is the advice that I give. Now, if you go to Chase and Wells Fargo and Bank of America, which I want you to be a part of, that's going to be $15 a month, $12 a month probably. I said, but most credit unions are going to be free. And they're very friendly with giving you business credit and giving you money to do your business. Okay? So if you're listening right now and you've been wondering what bank should you do business with, if you're in South Carolina, I'm going to promote the bank that helped my sister, Growth Financial Federal Credit Union. Growth Financial, if you're listening, you're also welcome on our YouTube channel to talk about your products and services. See how I'm building a relationship right now in South Carolina and I don't live there? I tell you guys all the time, guys, it's not about the real estate all the time. It's about the relationship, and the relationship can lead to the real estate. Does that make sense, everybody? That's why I'm so big on relationship when you guys get into this. Knowing these social workers, knowing these case managers, knowing these people at the bank. Hopefully by now this lady remembers Katara and they start calling each other by a first name basis. 311 Solutions, Katara Johnson. And if I'm saying that wrong, Katara gonna correct me. But Katara, put your name of your business in the chat. And again, tell people where you're located. Because I just want to give an example again of how this networking thing works too. And if you're new to us and you haven't put it in the chat yet, do that. Put in the chat where you're located, what city and state, where you going to lunch. And also, if you're new to us, we got an absolute free gift. In fact, we changed our free gift. So I'm going to give y'all all the cheat code right now. Even if you've gotten our free gift before, I'm now offering my free, well, it's free because I'm doing it that way, but it's not free. It's my newest ebook that's called How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco. Avoiding the 15 biggest mistakes that I made when I started this. That book will one day probably be about $37. I'll keep it really affordable. But for right now, I'm giving that book away for free. So if you're new to us, type the word new to 407-326-0086. And my team is going to send you a copy of that new book on me. No charge. Again, if you text the word new, N-E-W, that's it. Don't text nothing else. Just text the word new to 407-326-0086. They're going to give you a copy of my brand new book just released. Never even sold a copy yet. You guys are going to get that first, and it's called Avoiding the ILF Fiasco. And again, avoiding the 15 dumbest mistakes, guys, I ever made. I tell you what they are, how to avoid it, and then I give you the gem and what you should do according to those 15, right? So that book should be a no-brainer for you guys free, because even if I sold that book for $97, that's going to save a lot of y'all a bunch of money, okay, and a lot of trouble. But I want you guys to get that for absolutely free. So I'm going to go back to the chat real quick. Let me see. Katara says, I think I have another guest too, bro. She may be just listening in for now. Well, good. If you're new to us, and again, please text that new to that phone number, because now you get a free gift from us. And again, because you know Katara, you're family to me now. We tell everybody, if you've been referred by one of these folks, or by the time you come here once or twice, you pretty much family. But once you get that coaching, that's when we're siblings. So even though I call Katara like family, Katara's actually my sister. Like Charmaine in the chat, that's my sister. Tiffany in the chat, Tia, like those are my sisters. That goes a little bit beyond the family thing. Charmaine, sister, right? And I think I got more than one Tiffany in here too. So there's a lot of you Tiffany's now. But Tiffany Walker is the original Tiffany. That's what we have to change her name to. Tiffany is the original OG. But man, we got Tiffany, Watson, Tiffany Richardson. We got Tiffany, I think it's Jenkins, a couple of you all now. So again, any questions for me before I move on kind of to the next thing that I kind of want to talk about? And the pictures that I'm showing you guys, that's for the Markson family. You guys were asking me, what does it look like in the inside? So kind of sort of what I've been showing, that's that shared model. That's what most people are going to fit into. And you guys also asked, Derek, you're so busy. How do you do all of this yourself? Well, in the beginning, it was only me. Today, I have a team, right? And I'll admit that team is just me and one other person, to be honest with you. And that's a virtual assistant. So everything that we do now in terms of business, we plug a VA inside of it. So a virtual assistant for us at $5 an hour, usually from the Philippines, they answer our phone calls. They build the relationships in the community for us. They set up my appointments for me to go talk to at hospitals about who I am and how great we are. I mean, you name it. The social media management, that's a big part of what we do in terms of the VAs, and they help us with that. Like, I can't be as great as I am without first God. But the order and what makes us great is God first, virtual assistants next, softwares and systems, meaning that we use digitalflowsolutions.net, digitalflowsolutions.net, and then doing the proper assessment. That's what makes us so successful with this. Again, God, but look who's right after God, those virtual assistants, because they are the game changer to your life and your business. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants guys can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are again the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God is giving you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise. All right, all right. So again, you heard the guy. The virtual assistant, guys, is going to be the biggest cheat code to you guys' life and your business. So I'm going to now start answering some of the other questions that are coming from a different channel. So again, if you guys have questions, let us know. You can type it in the chat. Also, somebody asked about the one-on-one coaching. That's the ILF Mastery Blueprint. If you want that, again, that's on our website, but you can also text the word um ILF Mastery Blueprint to that same phone number, and we can get on a phone call to talk about which one that you want. Because remember, everybody knows us for the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the one for 7,500. But the newest one that is only 3 grand, that's the one that a lot of people are calling about now because they were like, well, what is that one? Guys, to be honest with you, it's the same. The only thing is that a few things have been removed from it that most of y'all, I'll admit, won't even care about. Most of y'all just want the one-on-one coaching and all the paperwork. So, and the website. So if that's all came with it, it's still worth it, but still a bunch more does. But we did, because guys, it's so much that's involved with our one-on-one coaching. It's almost too much to name. So just go to forceconsultants.com/IMB. And guys, the list is so long of all that stuff that's involved in it, it's crazy. But again, we would just want to be a cheat code for people that maybe couldn't afford the 7,500. Maybe you don't want to use financing. You said, Derek, I want that one for 3 grand. Because you telling me I can still get the one-on-one coaching. I still get all the documents and paperwork. And Derek, you still gonna build my website? Absolutely. So most of y'all, as I said, the people that want it, you won't even care about the things that we removed. Most of y'all just want the one-on-one coaching and the website, and that doesn't change. Okay, time frame does, but other than that, if you want some one-on-one time for a phone call for that, the first way it starts, as I told you, right? Just watch the webinar. Most people, probably 90% of everybody's questions that you're thinking that you have for me is in the webinar. That's why it's so important to watch that first. That way, by the time you get to me, you can ask a bunch of other questions that you would have never thought of once you watch the webinar. So again, watch that webinar, set up a call, because once you watch it, my team is going to be able to see the analytics of even how much you've watched. It'll show them the percentage of it, whether you watch 20%, 40%, or 98% of it. Right. And I think the way they got it, I'll even tell you, like if you watch at least 40% of it, they're going to automatically send you, because it's automated. They're going to send you the scheduler to get on my calendar to have a free call with me to talk about all your questions, your concerns, and how fast are you ready to get started, and do you want the one-on-one coaching or not. Other than that, if you don't want the one-on-one coaching, can't afford it, don't want it, no problem. We come 3 days a week giving it away for free. It's just that the handhold coaching, there's nothing like it. And of course, there are a lot of things that I just can't say on a YouTube channel in 90 minutes in a room that I do here. But again, that's why our coaching is customized to you and where you live at and your family's goals and your legacy. So again, today, guys, we're talking about how to start an independent living facility without the need to buy the property, without the need for staff, and without the need for medical oversight like a regular group home does. And for us, it looks like this. This is a house. Now, I will admit, when we bought this house, it was a really bad green color. The roof was caving in. We did an absolute complete rehab on this house. But never mind that part. This, again, guys, is what we're talking about, that shared accommodation. And remember, because these are ILFs, independent living facilities, no staff, no license, no state requirements, right? Some people have been asking that question about the permit. Again, we don't care about permits, y'all. That's easy. You just pay for a permit. A license is where the struggle comes in at. So if you got something in your city to where you're being asked for a permit, just pay for it. I break down that a permit, you buy it and get it right now. A license, you go through a lot of rigmarole, a lot of red tape, a lot of hula hooping, right? A lot of begging and pleading, months and years to get it. So a permit, easy. Pay for it, they give it to you. Licensure, you got to go through a lot of stuff. So that's why when you guys hear me talk about there's no license for this, I always get one person that comes back and says, well, Derek, they told me I had to get a permit. Okay, great, go get it. Because a permit, you can just go and pay for it and they put it in your hand. A license, guys, is not like that. You got to go through a lot of stuff: paperwork, approvals, walkthroughs, certification, state permission, all of that stuff that we're not dealing with. And it's simply because of the kind of people that we're housing. So if you forget everything else that I said today, be more concerned with the ILF model. You're housing independent people that don't need you to cook their bologna sandwich. They don't need you to drive them to the doctor's appointments, and they don't need you to cook their food or give them medications. That's the part that gets people in trouble, guys. Giving out meds, cooking food, and trying to provide transportation. That's what I would write down and take back to anybody you want to share this with. Say, hey, girl, I heard this guy today talking about, man, you can house people and don't need a license. And girl, he even showed us what it looked like. He told us as long as we ain't feeding people, driving people around, or administering medications, we can house these folks because they're independent. So to make a long story short, he taught us how to rent rooms to people that can't afford their own apartment or their own house. Guys, that's exactly what we're doing. And the fact that God is involved in all of this, God first, remember, virtual assistants. I'm going to use digital flow solutions for all my lead generation, to email and call social workers and case managers. I'm also going to use digital flow solutions to do my social media management. And when the Bible says that the poor and needy will always be among you, I'm trying to find my way. How can I get into that? How can I fit my way inside of that scripture? That's what y'all should be doing. When you hear that scripture, the poor and needy will always be among me. And God's commandment is that we're to take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. God, how can I fit my ministry in this? God, how can you use me? Every morning I have a prayer that says, God, use me any way that you see fit. God, I want to be used by you to help your people. And God, you showed me in the Bible, and you also said that when I'm helping the least of thee, God, you said it's like I'm doing you a favor. Put a number 3 in the chat if you want to do God a favor. Like, that's powerful. Let me be the first one. I'll put that in the chat. I'm gonna put it number 3. Put a number 3 in the chat if you want to do God a favor. Because again, boy, you can't lose helping God and God's people. And just like we told you, that's that private suite. And that's just for people that say, well, Derek, I don't want to share no room. No problem. You don't have to share a room. Tia, that's why I told you that. Be prepared to offer private rooms and the shared. Because somebody gonna call and say, man, I'll pay double for what you talking about, but I ain't sharing a room. You say, no problem, sir, because I offer that too. Okay. So again, it didn't take me to have to come on here today to tell y'all that y'all should be doing this. God is just genius how he merges all of us together. Make sense? So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, show me something else better that you can be doing other than being a pastor or a preacher. Because I'm doing God's will just like your pastor is every Sunday, giving the word of God to you and your family. Show me something that's different from me and your pastor. Nothing. Other than he may be a little bit more clean cut than me and more sharper than me and more of a, I joke and tell y'all all the time, I'm a mess, y'all. I am a mess. And I'm a work in progress every day. But guess what? I love God. I love people. And I have fallen in love with real estate. And God has shown me my niche in life where I can merge all of those together to do God's will. So how crazy is that? That I'm this imperfect human being, but because I'm doing the will of God, God shines on me. He blesses me and blesses anybody that's around me. Say amen if you're a part of our coaching right now. Katara, let me brag for 2 seconds. Katara, you think that you just doing well just because? Nope. Katara, God loves you. He is crazy about you. And Katara, because you're doing his will, Katara, he ain't blessing you because you're so great. But Katara, you're helping his people. And guess what my prayer always is too? God, anybody that I'm coaching or pouring into, God, increase their territory just like you did me. God, bless them just like you did me. And God, let them not struggle like I did in the beginning. Because you know that other scripture that says, write the vision and make it plain? That's what that also means to me. Derek, write the vision, Derek, and make it plain so that when Charmaine reads it, Janine reads it, Katara reads it, Tiffany reads it, Tia reads it. See where I'm going now? That you guys can run with it. And I always pray, God, anybody connected to the Forston family, God, allow them to be blessed better than they was before they met us. So, Katara, I say all that to say, Tiffany, Charmaine, you guys are all great. But guys, you're super great because of what you're doing, and God honors that. Tiffany, God ain't blessing you and expanding your program because you're doing such a great job, but you are. Tiffany, he's doing it because you put something that was bigger than you before you, Tiffany. Tiffany taught us a prayer, y'all, many months ago that sounds like this: God, go before me. And I could just stop right there. God, go before me. 4 words Tiffany taught us probably over a year ago now. You know what that prayer says? God, before I do anything, God, before I enter a room, a meeting, a conference call, before I shake anybody's hands or kiss any babies, God, go before me and make the crooked road straight so that when I begin to speak, God, I sound like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Tiffany, I pray that prayer all the time now because you gave us that prayer. I think that's also scripture somewhere. And if I'm wrong, she'll tell me. God, go before me that when I go and talk to these social workers and case managers, and God, I'm nervous because some of y'all scared. God, I'm nervous. But somebody said, do it afraid. I think that was Joyce Myers. Talk to God just like you talk to your homeboy, your homegirl. God, I'm nervous. But God, Derek said, I know you said it too, but Derek reminded me, God, you said that you would take care of me and my family if I take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. And God, I want to do it through real estate. God, I know that you can feed people, you can clothe people, but God, I want to be able to provide that one thing that once we get the one thing right, all of this other stuff can happen now. God, I want to get the real estate piece right. Because guess what I told God also, y'all, many years ago? I said, God, you know, everybody that I know that is rich in life and that's well-to-do and that's wealthy, God, they own real estate. I say, God, if you're no respecter of person, just like I know, God, I want to be involved in real estate. Guys, I never knew the day that he would allow me to kind of combine real estate and social services together, because that's all this is, y'all. We're combining real estate and social services together in the love of God. So if you got some patience, you love God and love people, you're perfect for this. But if you generally like, man, you know what? If somebody's ever told you, man, you know what? You're not a people's person. You know what? You got a short fuse, bro or ma'am. You got a short temper. If you've ever been told that, you might not be good for this. And why is that, Derek? Because we deal with people that are on the fringes of life, homeless, been kicked out, evicted, mom kicked them out, couldn't afford their payments anymore, whatever it is. Drug addiction, mental disorders. Let me not sugarcoat that now, Tiffany, because somebody will say, well, Derek, you ain't talked about the people guys, that's my specialty. The bipolar, schizophrenia, the depression, that's the gist of my clients that I serve. And guys, it takes patience. I can tell y'all about a whole scenario right now if we went live. But my IMB people, y'all gonna get the whole story. Okay, because y'all know I tell y'all everything, but it can't be here in y'all private group. But guys, if you lack patience in this, if you're generally not a people's person, I'm gonna send you to Airbnb. I'm gonna send you to regular rentals. Guys, there's a lot of ways to work real estate. Tiffany, you're a realtor. Tell them there's a lot of ways to do real estate. You don't have to do this. This requires patience, the love of God, and the love for people. And if you love real estate, that's just the icing on the cake because it meshes it all together. Again, I joking to say this, but I'm for real. Tia, show me something else better other than being a pastor or a bishop to where you can do the will of God, you can help people, and call it a ministry. Guys, this is a ministry. I don't care that it's real estate. I don't care that I have an LLC and yeah, it's a business. But guess what this really is, y'all? This is a ministry. And what's cool about it, and I know I keep saying it, is that I don't need a license. I don't need state requirements. Guys, when I started this over, what, 6, 7, 8 years ago, it was one me and one house. Today, we're in over 34 states and over 375 of these ILFs. And Katara just got another one. Miss Reed and Ken just got another. I ain't counted none of these yet. Miss Pierre just got another one. Aklina just got one. Nicole just got one in New York. Tia just rehabbed one in Haines City, Florida. And Dale Tree just filled up her entire ILF in less than 11 days of opening her doors. If you're a part of the ICC group, we talked about that just less than 3 days ago. And if you missed it, I got to actually send y'all the recording of it. So if you're an ICC member and you missed that meeting, let me know. I'll send you the recording. No problem. But again, guys, today we just talked about the ILF model, a simple housing model that you can start right now. Doesn't require a license. You don't have to own the property. And our coaching is the best in the business. I've been the social worker. God showed me a lady that was making $40,000 a month doing this, housing people in rats and roaches. And we said the devil is a liar. So all I did was I saw it. I learned it after making a bunch of mistakes and a $40,000 lawsuit because I didn't know what I was doing, y'all. I made the Channel 8 news. Y'all, I messed this up every way that you can imagine. But now on the other side of it, we got this thing running like a sewing machine now. And now we're in over 34 states. We're over 375 of these. And that don't mean me. I don't have that many. I just got a handful. But every time Tiffany get one, Charmaine get one, Tia get one, Mr. and Mrs. Jones get one, Tyreek and his family get one, we just keep adding to it. So that's how the number got so big. That's why I don't call you guys students. I call y'all family. Let's get a quick word from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back. So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forster Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them, that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forster Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forster crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forster Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way, where did you get that hoodie? I like that. Oh, this? I got this from Second Chance Apparel. I'll put the link below. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs. And the reason why I love to support it is that every shirt or hoodie that you purchase goes back into housing the homeless. All right, let's go. Let's go. Big shout out to David and Dennis. If you guys appreciate David and Dennis, man, let us know in the chat. That old David, man. Dave is a little bit of a knucklehead, but as you guys can see, man, Dennis is on top of him. He's clean, he's sharp, and Dennis stays on top of him. But David, he's a little bit of a knucklehead and he don't get things as quite as fast. And that's why we keep pouring into him. So let us know in the chat what you guys think about David and Dennis. I also want to answer a question from the Lawrence family. You guys asked a question, and as you know, I got a slide for everything y'all asked me. The Lawrence family asked me, Derek, what is one of your favorite parts about the ILF model versus a model that's licensed? It's kind of what you're seeing on this picture, right? So I like the shared responsibility that's a part of this, because for me in the ILF model, and you guys can't see it, but over my left shoulder is actually a vision board for me and my family and my housing program. What's on that board, and has been there for many years, is that said, I want to be able to one day to house people, but not only just house them, can I also provide jobs one day? So you guys would be amazed that when I first started this, I thought I was all fancy and big and bad. And I hired staff, meaning I had a landscaping crew. I would hire maintenance guys and all these different things, right? But today, that sounds dumb to me, because the people that I'm housing, guess what they're good at? Fixing plumbing, fixing the garage opener, mowing the grass. Some of my guys can fix an AC unit. Some of my guys can lay wood flooring. Some of my guys can lay sheetrock. Some of my guys can do carpentry work. See where I'm going with that, ladies and gentlemen? So again, in the beginning, I prayed that one day I want to be able to provide these guys jobs. So I like the shared responsibility, because again, I don't want to have to pay a landscaper. I don't want to have to pay a housekeeper like I used to. I surely don't want to cook their food, because remember, I told y'all we're not cooking for these folks. Most of my clients believe that they all are like chefs in their past life. They love to cook. So sometimes when I want to reward them for their good behavior, I go to Walmart.com and order 20 pounds of chicken leg quarters for like $10. Feeds everybody for 3 days. They barbecue it. I say the only thing y'all owe me is to keep doing well and take pictures of everybody eating and having a good time. Isn't that cool, y'all? That I'm not mowing the grass, that you guys are not mowing the grass, that you guys are not cleaning up. Your job is to provide everything that they need to be successful. Your job is not to be, per se, mowing the lawn. Your job is not to be cleaning toilets, per se, even though I don't see anything wrong with that. Because every now and again, me and my wife, we go and clean up to our standard, just to set everything back at that bar where we want it. But the onus is put on them. So for the Lawrence family, you guys also ask this, Derek, do you buy the supplies? Absolutely. Because guess who doesn't care about buying bleach and pine sol and trash bags with their check when they get paid? My clients. And because I don't want any excuse of why the house isn't clean, I make sure that we supply all of the cleaning supplies. So the broom, the dustpan, the mop, the pine saw, the bleach, the window cleaner, the all-purpose cleaner. See where I'm going with that? The fragrance spray, the Glade candles, all of that's on me. Guys, remember, I'm a one-stop shop. I want my clients to pay one fee. I take care of everything else. There is no light bill, no water bill for my clients, Lawrence family. So when you guys heard me talk about on that discovery call that you guys had about me saying that I'm a one-stop shop, so is Tiffany, so is Katara, so is Miss Tia, so is Miss Joanne, so is Dornico, okay? So is Charmaine, so is Tiffany. There is nobody in here under our teaching that is charging our people light bill, water bill, Wi-Fi bill, cable bill, gas bill, When you start this shared housing program, you're going to be known as a one-stop shop. Does that make sense, everybody? And just one more time, in case you lost, all we doing is combining social services, real estate, and the love of God all into one. And I'm explaining to you now how I don't do all the maintenance anymore. Now, we do use a maintenance program that we have, but for the most part, I'm praying, God, every guy that you send me, can he be handy? Can he understand plumbing or the AC or how to paint or how to change your door lock? Tiffany, it took me 45 minutes the other day to change a door lock, Tiffany, because my maintenance guy was not available. Derek ain't very handy. And my guy that just moved in, Tiffany, he wanted a private room. So he said, Mr. Derek, can I get a door lock on here? Absolutely. So Tiffany, because I didn't want to pay $60 for a digital door lock to put on his room, I just went to the little Walmart, spent $6 and got a little lock. But Tiffany, you know I ain't very techy, Tiffany. I'm not very handy. So what am I doing, Tiffany? I put up a YouTube video, and y'all, I was so proud of myself, y'all. Now, if you new to us, you don't know what I'm talking about. But for the people that know me, y'all, I was so proud of myself. But between me and that YouTube video and 45 minutes, y'all, I put it on. Now, for people that know what they're doing, that was probably a 3-minute job, y'all. I'm just showing y'all how non-techy and non-handy I am. Tiffany took me 45 minutes, but guess who got a brand new door lock? They got a key, and I got a key. Derek, why did you go there, Derek? Because the Lawrence family asked about that too. Derek, do you give keys to the guys that they got their own room? Absolutely. That's the whole purpose of him having a private room. What's the use of him having a private room when everybody can just walk in? Because my rules for my houses, just Derek now, not y'all, that like, I don't really want you to lock your door. So some of my houses have dummy locks, meaning both sides of the handle are just wide open. I do that for a whole reason, and I won't go there now on my YouTube channel, but my people that I coach one-on-one, y'all know this coaching. But my guy that got his own room, he want to be able to lock his door, y'all. No problem. But guess who needs a copy of that key or the door code to get in? Me and my team. And my virtual assistant, Jess. Jess needs it too. Even though Jess is in the Philippines, Jess need to know what that digital door lock code is. So the Lawrence family, I think I answered about 6 of y'all questions just kind of right here in this one statement. And if I'm wrong about it, you guys tell me in the chat. But this is literally one of my favorite parts of the ILF, because if you got a group home or an ALF, first of all, those people are not even able to do that. Second of all, you're going to get in trouble collecting Medicaid and Medicaid dollars and you working these people. The devil is a liar. So don't get in no trouble with your ALF or your traditional group home and you got the guy mowing the grass. Now, my guys, they begging me for work. Why y'all think I just started this new business? In fact, I'm finna just say it. I've been teasing y'all for a little while now. And in fact, I want 3 of y'all to probably go to the website and just go on it. But many years ago, guys, before God gave me this vision to house people and get into real estate, I was always a little hustler, always was a little entrepreneur, right? And the first real hustle job that I've ever really had that I'll call, because I had a lot of hustles, but the first one that actually turned into a business, y'all, was a pressure cleaning business. So I pressure washed and I did mobile detailing, y'all, for years, and I loved it. To this day, that's the only physical work that I still like to do. Now, over these last 6 and 7 years that I've built my coaching and my consulting business, I'll admit, y'all, I don't like a lot of hard work, like strenuous, like back-breaking work. I like consulting. But I will admit, running these houses still can be physical. But the point is I haven't done physical work in a long time. But the one physical thing that I still love and I'm getting back into is mobile detailing and pressure washing, soft washing houses, roofs, ROOF, right? The roof, the house, the driveway. So we do a lot of that. But if you remember 7 minutes ago, I told you guys that I always want to provide jobs for the clients I'm serving. So guess what the eventual goal is that I get this business up and going and that I now begin to hire and give jobs and work and put money in some of these people's pockets now. Does that make sense, everybody? If you like that idea, put a number 3 in the chat. But I just started a brand new business. My phone number just came back, all that A2P stuff. Y'all know about that. My LLC is back. We got the insurance lined up, and it's called Power Stream Solutions. So it's a pressure washing company that'll take care of your driveway, your house. That's called soft washing, roof washing. And we also still do mobile detailing. So cars, vans, trucks, boats, we do all of that now. So if you guys can go to, because the Facebook page actually also just got built. If you guys can go to my Facebook at Power Stream Solutions and just follow it, like it, do something because it's really new. The Google My Business page, I think, is almost done. My phone number verification came back yesterday. So I got a phone number and everything for it. So and a website. So it's powerstreamsolutions.biz. Powerstreamsolutions.biz. So again, if you're in the Central Florida area and you need a house wash, driveway cleaning, or a mobile detailing to your vehicle, call me. That's what I do. So I'm back in it. My goal, I'm gonna talk to y'all like family. My goal is to get this up and running in about 4 to 6 months, get some guaranteed clientele, and then start to bring on my clients. Some of my military veterans, some of my guys that are begging me to go to work every day and do something. This is what I've done now. And I'll admit, guys, 30 to 40% of me doing this was also for them, right? So either A, but watch this. I'm really excited because I got two versions of how I may do this, right? And you guys are going to be able to hear it first and kind of watch the journey. Goal number one, get this business up and running to be able to employ my clients. Goal number two, which can be mixed with goal number one, I've never built and sold a business. I'm getting that itch now. And I think that I also may consider building this business, branding it, getting it guaranteed clientele and business customers, and then actually selling it to somebody with the promise on a contract that they must still employ my guys if that's the way I choose to do it. Okay. So y'all heard that here first. I've never explained that to anybody outside of my accountant and my wife. So right now in the public, y'all, I think some of y'all on my strategy calls or coaching calls, no, coaching calls, not strategy calls, y'all probably heard me talk about this. But now I can say it because the phone number's final, the website is final, and the Google My Business is almost final. But yeah, powerstreamsolutions.biz is the website. If you guys can go to Powerstream Solutions and just show me some love on Facebook, I would really appreciate that. And again, if you're in Central Florida and you hear this, we do travel. So we do soft washing. That means all that green algae on your house. If you guys got that siding or that hardy board, or you live around a lot of trees, if you got a dark green driveway, we get rid of all of that stuff. So we got the best of the equipment. Like for me, I had most of that stuff. In fact, Amazon just dropped off a bunch of more stuff. But we also do the car detailing, and my clients are so excited. I got about 5 guys that are really wanting to do this. So I'm praying that God guides me in the right way, because if this is not God's plan, he'll show me. But my heart and my head is saying, Derek, give these guys some work. Build this business and allow them to work. But I'm getting a little bit of itch of I want to build a business and maybe sell it. I'm reading or kind of going through this new book that I'm reading that talks about don't build a business to run it. Build a business to sell it. Okay. Now, my other businesses, I don't kind of feel that way. But this business, I don't mind it because I think because I'm going to document it so much. Years ago, when I did pressure cleaning and pressure washing, I didn't document it. There was no Instagram. There was no Facebook. There was no automations. Like, I didn't do business the real way. I just hustled it. This is going to be a business, y'all. So I wanted to grow to a point where either A, I can keep it, right? And maybe hire a foreman, but give my clients, the one that are able-bodied that want to work, give them jobs, or B, sell this business, right? And document that, but also with a contract that says if you sell it, you got to still employ my guys. So I can build all of that inside of that. So I'm excited about that. Thank y'all for allowing me 3 minutes to just share that. Again, it's called powerstreamsolutions.biz. Check me out on Facebook. My VAs will be building my Instagram and all the other pages. And again, we're just super excited to be back in mobile detailing of any kind of car, truck, or van, or boat. And we're also doing soft washing for houses, roof washes, and pressure cleaning of any kind. Oh, and guess who already done requested a power washing, Katara? Mom Forston. So Mom Forston is probably, well, yeah, she's the first client actually. So, but I also got 2 other jobs already lined up. So I'm excited about that. So again, guys, these are just some of the things that you can add to your program kind of once you get it up and going. I spoke to Tiffany Richardson last week. She's got a nonprofit. She's doing the same thing without me even knowing it. She's already started it, and she's already getting contracts through the city, right? So she's in Jacksonville, and she's doing something with that thing called Workforce. Tiffany Richardson, if you're here, please raise your hand and speak up. I would love for people to hear that. But Tiffany even gave me an idea of kind of what I can do here in Orlando. So I'm taking a page out of her book. So see how I'm coaching somebody one-on-one, and she's giving me idea about my other new business. And that's what we do, guys. And that's why I'm so excited about the ILF Mastery Blueprint that also involves our business coaching. So we're allowed to talk about other things like that versus just housing. And that's what a lot of you guys that have been around us for a long time now, like Tiffany Walker. When me and Tiffany Walker talk on the phone now, we don't talk about ILF stuff really now. Tiffany's mastered that. And I told Tiffany this over a year ago. I said, Tiffany, one day we're going to be on the phone and we're no longer going to be talking about like ILF and real estate. We're going to be talking about other stuff or other ways to make money in real estate or other business ideas. Tiffany, this is one of those times. Tiffany and I had a call probably what Tiffany, over what, about a month ago, 2 months ago. Completely different business, completely different thing. But Tiffany's getting ready to do that now because that's involved in our business coaching. She said, well, Derek, I know that you do this thing, and I heard you talk about, but how do I mean, we had a whole call about that. Okay. Also, really quick, a reminder. Anybody that took that AI book writing course, don't y'all forget what I told y'all. I want y'all to finish that book. Remember, please don't go into the next month, right? The next month after that, and definitely don't go into next year without writing that book, y'all. Remember, I taught y'all how to write a book in one day, in less than probably 15 minutes. So even if it's not the topic that you quite want, write a book on how to be the best dog walker. I don't care. Just write a book this year, please. Right? Now, if you didn't take that AI book writing course, you have no clue what I'm talking about right now, but they do. A lot of you all that are in this room took a course that we had that was $37, y'all. And y'all can get the replay of it and all. Just text me AI book writing course, and my team will give you the replay. I think it's like 37 bucks. Anyway, I taught people how to write a book, guys, and complete it. You can publish it, all of that in one day. And we showed them that through AI tools and other means. And I made them almost promise me that nobody will go outside of 30 days of doing that. So I'm just reminding y'all, I'm not going to ask who's done or who ain't done. I'm just going to remind you again, if you took that AI book writing course, please this year, at least by the end of next month, become an author, write the book, publish it. And even if it's not on the genre of what you really want it to be, remember that Derek said, okay, just write a book. Guys, remember, I wrote a book that's called Don't Wait to Be Great. That don't need a lot of knowledge other than what I kind of want in it, and let the AI tool take care of the rest. So make sure you guys finish that book. Okay. So that's the only thing I want to say about that. Another quick word from David and Dennis. And then for the Lawrence family, I'm going to go over what's inside of the ILF Mastery Blueprint and also the newest one that we have. I'll finish up with some questions, and I'll try to have you guys out of here by at least 11:37. Sounds good? All right. Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. We are back. I'm checking some stuff in the chat. Yep. So I'm gonna finish out these questions, but also for the Lawrence family, just really quick. This is for our ILF Mastery Blueprint, the one-on-one coaching. We actually allow people to still split this one, right? So this is only $7,500, and again, it's so much is involved in it. I just want to give you guys a few of the highlights. One of the things that people love about this coaching package is that it comes with all your digital services too, right? So your website build out, which is also your CRM system, your logo. All of that comes from us. Most of you guys are kind of like me, and I jokingly say that you're not very techy. You maybe can't build your own website. We take all of the worry out of that stuff. So again, right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you the most important things about this package is the website build out, the one-on-one coaching, the virtual assistant that we give you complimentary, and we build your logo. So everything about your presence, we give it to you. So again, the logo, our digital marketing team is going to build it for you with your instruction. The website design, again, my team gonna build it with your instruction. So you get to instruct my team on your color scheme, how you want it to look. Good thing is that if you don't have an idea, my team got a lot of templates already, because this is what we do. We build websites for housing programs. So right there, even with those two, it's gonna be worth its weight in gold. Your logo, the website, and most important, the one-on-one coaching. Not just waiting to come on YouTube to hear me run my big mouth about what this is, but now I can customize the coaching to you, your family, and the city in which you live in. That's most important. So right there, again, the cheat code already. Every book that I've ever written, the How to Open an Independent Living Facility, you get that. You get the newest ebook that's not even on here yet. I have an ILF Now What? Every book, every curriculum, every course, ILF one-on-one course, all of that stuff's involved in this. The HRAs, which most people are going to start at, the HRA, again, stands for Housing Referral Agency. This teaches you how to become a housing provider day one, and you don't need a house. I'll repeat that. The Housing Referral Agency, Business in a Box, the ebook, the course, the curriculum teaches you how to do exactly what we do, but you don't have to rent a house, lease one, or buy one. It's all about relationship. You do the work to get your phone ringing, and then you refer that client to somebody else that already has the housing. And that's how you make money. So the HRA, guys, for a lot of people is the right now, tomorrow method. Meaning start it right now, make money tomorrow. And then the HRA ebook, the course, the curriculum, I give you all of that. So that's a whole program kind of by itself. That's inside of this coaching. So even the SOPs of the how-to, the paperwork, even the HRA's phone scripts, the email scripts, meaning what are you saying to the social worker and the case manager? Guys, we give you all of this stuff. And remember, we give you the VA to do it for you. So if you don't have time at your 9-to-5 job, like most of y'all don't, like I used to have, a VA would be the cheat code to that. In fact, I would have probably kept my job longer many years ago when I left, 2018. I would have kept my job longer had I had a VA, right? And that's why I think why a lot of you all still keep your job today, because all your phone calls, the social media, your VA is handling that stuff, right? You don't need to be in it. This is probably the most important ebook that we put out in a long time. Meaning, Derek, how do I get that property? That's why the last workshop I gave y'all this ebook complimentary, because that was the topic. How to acquire the first property for this housing program that Derek's talking about. I literally give you word for word of how to get the property in that book, but it's still given to you verbally from me because you got the one-on-one coaching. We also give you a role play, right? A live role play of what it sounds like. And even though I don't want you guys giving out medications, I want you to understand them. So during your coaching, I'll break a lot of that down, but I also give you a list of most commonly used medications. Right here again, the biggest cheat code or one of them to this package is your own personal virtual assistant. Type in the word me if you've always dreamed to have your own assistant, but you thought it would have cost you $40,000 a year or 50 grand a year. God, this would cost you about $9,000 a year. At $5 an hour, this is the cheat code to save your life, your business. And we've even seen this save people's family. A guy called us one time and said, Derek, man, you saved my marriage. And I was like, I saved your marriage? How? He said, well, first of all, this business kind of did it. But aside from the business, Derek, you giving me that virtual assistant allowed me to buy my time back. So Derek, I was doing all the social media. I was doing all the branding. I was doing all of the administrative stuff. So me and my wife never had a chance to kind of be together other than Sundays going to church. He said, Derek, now because I got this VA, me and my wife hang out more often, and we have a guaranteed Tuesday night date night every Tuesday because I'm not so bogged down by social media and returning all these calls and emails. I got a VA that does that now. Like, I think that's pretty cool. In fact, to date, that is the coolest testimony from the VA side that we've ever received. We've got a lot of them, but nothing out trumps somebody saying, Derek, man, you guys saved my marriage by giving us that VA. So what I often ask people now is $5 an hour worth of your family, your marriage, the relationship with your kids, you being more involved at your church or your community. Because again, guys, with $5 an hour to be able to do a lot of what you can't do because you also have a job, This is the cheat code, and this is why I give it to you guys complimentary. You just owe them the $5 an hour that it takes to do it. But in terms of paying for the VA or the service to get the VA, guys, we waive all of that. You just owe $5 an hour at that point. Okay. Then every VIP community that we have, we put you in it. So the VIP community for the VA, the HRA, and for the actual ILF Mastery Blueprint, those are separate communities, and you are in every one of those. So hopefully that makes sense to the Lawrence family. You guys had a discovery call with me already, and you stated that after today and hearing the rest of it on a live, you guys would call back. We will absolutely allow that, no problem. And then you said that you would decide whether you wanted the one for the 7,500, which is the one you're hearing now, or the lower cost one at the $3,000. So that's up to you guys. I don't push you either way. Obviously, if I had to push you, I would say the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the original one, is the best, because again, the only difference in the two is that the one for $3,000 doesn't involve a VA, which most of y'all sometimes say you don't need it in the beginning. And then the time frame with me is a little different. Most of the ILF Mastery Blueprint people, you guys are tied to me for life. Even though your contract says one thing, like everybody that's still coaching, that's even on this live, all of y'all are well over a year, and y'all still call me. You're over 6 months, you still call me. No problem, because we're family. And that's how the IMB goes. But that one for the $3,000, that was a hard stop at 6 months. Okay, so that's a 6-month program versus kind of sort of being tied to me for life. And then also there's a chance to upgrade if you think at the 6 months you ain't got enough, right? But again, as long as you move at the speed of instruction, most of y'all, again, I joking and say this often, but y'all won't need me after 6 months. Once you get it and you do it and you got the culture from me, most of the time after the 6 months, we're talking about your next business move, the next thing that you want to get into, or how you're going to expand. You don't really have a lot of questions about the running of this once you've been into it about 6 months. Lawrence family, you guys also asked that. You guys asked, how long are you in this before you feel like you really got a good grasp on it? Now, trust me, everybody's different, and everybody's answer according to them will be different. In fact, you guys can put it in the chat if you want to. But when I ask my people, and from what I see, I'm seeing about that 6-month range. Most people, if they're doing what they're supposed to do, meeting all of their appointments with me, asking all of their questions, not scratching their head, but meeting with me, because your access is wide open once you got our coaching. You get my phone number, my personal cell number. You don't have to wait on our coaching calls. Like, our coaching is unlike any other. And any of my people that are in here can tell you that, right? And trust me, y'all, I take a lot of coaching myself, and nobody coaches like we do, right? The wide open availability, the access to us, my VAs, like everything that we give y'all with these communities, like it's crazy. So 6 months is what I'm saying. Tiffany, Katara, you guys can come in if you want to. Who else is in here that may have a place already? Let me see. Tay may have one. Tia's got one, but she's in the beginning phase of hers. But yeah, anybody that has a property and you're under my coaching, feel free to kind of tell them what you guys have been seeing in terms of time frame of what it's taking. And then Lawrence family, you guys asked about this ebook bundle. This bundle is inside of that coaching. So again, don't get this if you're going to get the coaching, because every ebook that I've ever written is inside of that. This is a bundle where a lot of people do start at, and this bundle is only $97. I usually tell people the bigger bargain in this is actually not the 2 books. The 2 books are great. The value is when I give you that strategy call with me along with the book. Right. And about a year ago, we actually stopped that, but this is actually back now. So when you buy this bundle, the real value that you get is after you read these 2 books, because you will do yourself a disservice if you don't read the books first, right? Especially if you're super new, right? Now, if you're super new, you don't know nothing about business, don't skip book 1. Now, some people that just kind of know business and they just kind of, you can probably skip book 1, but for you're fresh, you're brand new, and both of these books are so short, you shouldn't skip it anyway. I don't write any books, guys, that are over 30 pages usually, right? All of my books are straight to the point. I keep them short and sweet. So I recommend reading both of those books. And again, the real value to me is the $97. In fact, You should almost go in with the mindset of, wow, Derek gonna give me 2 free books and he gonna give me a call for $97. That's kind of should be the mind frame. The books are on me. Get more value from the call after you read it, because that's where I really shine it. Okay. There was another question that came in that said, this person must be new and they came in late, because it says, does this require a license? No, no license at all, because we're serving independent people, and we call these independent living facilities, right? So ILFs, which does not require a license, no zoning problems, no permission from my state or county. The only requirement is patience, the love for God, and the love for people. And if you love real estate, then ding, 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 because this is what we're doing in terms of we're just mashing this all together. So again, don't forget about the 2 workshops a month that we're having now. The next one is on the 27th. And that particular topic and what we're doing in these workshop, guys, is only in our one-on-one coaching. For the first time ever, we're doing these workshops twice a month, where I'm literally pulling topics that you will only hear me talk about inside of the coaching, like that assessment, and actually giving you our assessment and going through every line, over 25 questions of why we asked them, what are we looking for, and the psyche in that stuff. You guys would never get that on a YouTube channel. It's just too much and it's too deep. So that's in our coaching. But for $97 on the 27th of this month at 7 p.m., you guys can get that whole game live. Okay. So text the word workshop if you look forward to any of the workshops that we'll be doing, particularly the one that's coming up. Text the word workshop to 407-326-0086. And then my team will send you the information to be able to go ahead and do that. Okay. And then to the Lee family, you guys asked about where to advertise and how often and when. How often should be every day, 7 days a week in some format. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, flyers, right? LinkedIn, X, and advertise like crazy. So one of my biggest things now is, y'all know that I'm advertising these magnet signs a lot. So guess what I just bought that's going on my truck today? Power Stream Solutions with my phone number and email address, right? Well, what? No. Actually, I didn't do email. I did phone number and what the service was. So those car magnets are genius. And even when you get more genius with the car magnets, when you buy them for other people, meaning that you buy a car magnet for your business, but allow other people to put them on their car. And if a lead or a sale comes through somebody seeing it through their car, you pay them. Okay. I'm so kind of downright with it that I'll pay somebody to put that on their car. Hey, would you put this on your car for $1 a day? In other words, I'll pay you $30 a month to ride around with this on your car. And if anybody buys it or gets this service and they tell me that they saw my sign on your Honda Accord on your car, I'm also going to pay you for that. Guys, that's no different from advertising on the radio or social media. Think about it. You pay what? I paid, let me see, and I'll give you guys my link too. I paid, I think, $44 for those car magnet signs, and I got the big ones. Can you now imagine paying somebody and just try it? Just spend $30 the first time. Hey, ma'am. Hey, sir. Hey, homegirl. Hey, Uncle Tony. I'll pay you $1 a day. Meaning, I'll pay you $30 because some of y'all got friends and family that are parking their cars in wide open spaces for 8 hours a day at their job. Why not? The lady that I'm going to do a detail for tomorrow, she's a doctor. She go to my church. You don't think I'm going to go to her doctor's office and do this? I said, no. I don't want to do it at your house. How smart is that? I want to do it at the doctor's office so everybody can see me with them signs and not see me. Well, yeah, because I'm going to have a shirt on because Shay bought a Cricut and a heat press. I'm going to have a shirt on that has Power Stream Solutions with my number and a QR code on the back. But can you imagine putting a car magnet on somebody's car that's parked somewhere all day long, Tay? All day, Miss Tay. For 8-12 hours a day, and people are reading and scanning your QR code. Need housing? $600, all utilities included. That's what my old sign said. I got to get a new one now for second chance housing because my prices aren't 600 anymore. So I got to say 700 and up. But can you imagine having a car magnet riding around the city? Can you imagine giving the Uber guy the guy that drives Uber or Lyft, your car magnets, and you pay him 50 cents a day, guys, I would do that. Especially if I don't have a business and I'm not branding nothing for myself. Let's just say if I'm the regular Joe Smote, I'm the regular guy in your city, I ain't got nothing going on. And you say, hey, bro, I got this new business and I want to pay you 50 cents a day. And that's just $15 a month, but that'll just put a little gas in your car and buy you a burger. But also, if somebody sees this, I'll pay you for every referral, just like if you was an HRA. How smart is that, guys? That you make an investment of $45. In fact, I'm gonna put my link on my Facebook page today for those that place that I use. I got yard signs. Guys, I'm putting yard signs out today. Soon as I live over with, guess who getting dressed and hitting the road? I got them yard signs with those metal things in it. Guys, I'm putting them all over my city today for pressure washing, not housing the homeless. See how I switch gears on y'all? I'm not worried about the housing the homeless because that's already out of control in a good way. Like that's rings, my phone ring every day on that. I ain't worried about that. I'm trying to promote this new business now. Guess who's already created emails from Chat GPT to all of these restaurants in my area? Every restaurant I go to now, I look at the building, the sidewalk, and the roof. And I got a template made up already that I made on Chat GPT offering these pressure washing services. I hope I'm teaching somebody something. Lord have mercy. Because I feel like sometimes guitar, like if I'm just talking and don't nobody say nothing, like I feel like I'm just wasting my information. But I hope somebody's here say, wow, boy, these are some good ideas. That boy just said, get some car magnets and put them on other people's cars. You get a set, you get a set, you be like Oprah, you get a set, you get a set. Can you imagine every 2 weeks when you get paid, you say, man, you know what? I'm gonna spend this on marketing. I'm gonna buy car magnets and I'm gonna find some friends or some family, or I'm gonna put it on my car. Your mama put this on her car for you. Your dad would do this for you. Your sister, your brother would do this for you. I'm giving y'all ways to advertise. So again, man, small investment. Charmaine said, I'm taking notes. Tay said, you always have amazing ideas. I try, y'all. Anything that works for me, y'all know I got a big mouth and I'm gonna come in here and talk about it. So can you imagine what the one-on-one coaching is like? If I just give this all of this stuff like 3D like this. So again, I'm finna get ready to get out of here. I think I gave enough today. I'm gonna check. I think I got 2 more questions that I haven't answered yet. But I just want to remind anybody again, the ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, 7,500. There's a scholarship that's available for that as well. And then the newest one is the one that's for $3,000. I think by Monday, I'm gonna solidify the name of it. But to make a long story short, y'all, it's the same thing. The one-on-one coaching, we still gonna build your website. There's a few things removed from it to be able to make it affordable, and it's a 6-month hard stop on the coaching. So that one, if you're gonna get that one, don't play around. Know that you're ready and you're ready to hit the ground running. I also encourage people that if you already have a house, this is also for people because that's like when my team developed this, this is kind of who they had in mind. The guy or the gal that already has a house. Because Tar was like, Derek, what about the people that already have a house, Derek? What if like we can create something for them? Because Derek, a lot of your coaching goes to how do you get the house? But Derek, what about the guy that's got a house? Derek, he don't need all your coaching on that. That was genius to me. And that's why I got a team, because I didn't think of that. My team thought of that. I just agreed to it. So again, now we got coaching for 7,500, which is the ultimate. Nothing's removed, and you kind of stuck with me for life. And then we got that one for $3,000. And then everything that's missing from the package, if you say, well, Derek, wait a minute, you took the VA from the package, but Derek, I want the VA. No problem. You can upgrade. Meaning there's a separate price and you can a la carte it. So again, whatever we took away, and that's why the Lawrence family was really happy about it. I said, well, Derek, you mean to tell me that if I can get the one for $3,000, I can also still upgrade to the other things that you took out and just buy them individually? Yeah. And just to give you a cheat code, it's cheaper that way because the VA from us is $697. To upgrade to get a VA in that package, and it's not even there, it's only like $397. So that's the cheat code. But again, don't forget, it still is a hard stop at 6 months. That's the biggest difference in these packages, really. The 6 months and the VA. And also the HRA is not involved in it. Okay. But other than that, most of y'all just want the one-on-one coaching and the website and all the paperwork anyway. And that's what we made sure that we left in it. Okay. So out of everybody that said that they're gonna get these magnets, y'all give me a second because I want to get credit for it. This company begged me to be an affiliate. And if y'all don't mind, and if I can find it, now if I can't find it, I won't fault y'all. But if I can find my affiliate link, what is it? What is it? UZ Sure is. Got it right here. All right, so copy. How can I send? Let me see. Let me see. How can I? Oh, yeah. Text the word magnet. If you want to use my QR code, in fact, I can do something even better. Text the word magnet. Do that for anybody that may hear this later. But because I got Katara already in my text message and I spoke to her earlier, Katara, I'm sending this to you. I'm going to send this to Tiffany Walker because she's probably on here. And you guys can also put this in the chat for me because I don't know how to put it in the chat if I'm on this call with y'all and I'm still using my phone. But Tiffany, I just gave it to you. Tia, it's coming to you because Tia showed me to go. Tia just got a brand new house, fully rehab. That's where you guys will get. And hey, something else that I'm going to get from this company is my door hangers. I've never done door hangers. I'll admit I'm a little nervous about the door hangers myself. But what I may do is this: I may pay some teenagers or pay somebody. I heard that there's also a company that will do this for you. That if I buy my flyers, or if you buy from them, they got a team that'll go to neighborhoods and just put them on the door. I'll admit I'm a little nervous about that one, but I think I'm gonna try it. I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted. But the yard signs and the car magnets, y'all will be wrong not to do that, right? Tia say, what's the number? What number, Tia? Oh, no, that was Janine. Janine said, what's the number? What number, Janine? Because I just put my, if Katara or Tiffany or Tia can put that in the chat, I sent it to them. Katara says, bro, look into running an ad. Ooh, at the DMV. Let me highlight that. I never thought of that. Even though when I go in the DMV, I do see stuff, but I never thought of that. That's a good idea. Katara, type in the chat a little bit further on that, just in case if somebody's missing it. What do you mean? The DMV allows you to advertise, and how do they do that? Is there a QR code? Is there a number? What did you see when you saw it in South Carolina? I would like to know that. And for the Lee family, this is my flyer, and I'm out of these. Actually, I got to make more. I'm probably going to do it a little different, but this is the gist of my flyer, my name, my logo, phone number, email address, website. And I'm already saying also what I'm charging. The only difference is that my newer teaching, I tell you guys that don't kind of put a concrete number, give more of a range. So when I put 600 to 700, I shouldn't have put that. I should have put starting at 600. That means that if my prices change, I can go up all the time if I want. But if you put a direct number, it kind of ties you in. So phone number to text. Oh. So Janine, if they do me a favor and put it in the chat, you won't need it. But that number, Janine, is 407-326-0086. Just text the word magnet and I'll send you my link. But I want somebody to put it in the chat. I send it to Tia, Tiffany, and Katara. So if either one of them can do that, I would greatly appreciate it. So I'm scrolling the number below, even though it's talking about the even though it's talking about the scholarship. So there's a scholarship for the one for 7,500. The one for $3,000 is so crazily low already. There is no scholarship on that one, but there is a little bit of a scholarship for the one for 7,500. And just again, to the Lee family, that's just what my flyer looks like. So most of us kind of do them the same way. But again, as long as you got your phone number, email address, and I like to kind of put what my pricing is like, add that to your flyer. Katara says, let's see. Qatar says, while you sit and wait, different ads scroll on the screen. I was told you could pay a fee to have your business scroll on the screen. I'm not sure what the fee is. So I like that. So just on the word of what Katara said, when you guys are sitting at the DMV, or if you got a virtual assistant, have them call and find out. Because right now, Katara don't have to call and be sitting on hold to find that information out. She got a VA. Tara's VA should be calling because they probably closed today, right? Is DMV open on Saturdays? Let me see. Maybe not in your area, but some areas they are. But Monday morning, you guys, virtual assistant Janine, should be calling the DMV and finding out what does it cost to advertise? How long do they keep it up? And do they allow QR code as well? Alex made me a QR code yesterday in like 3 seconds. I say, hey, Alex, for this new business, Power Stream Solutions, can you make me a QR code real quick? Because Shay getting ready to make me some t-shirts and blah, 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 blah. Less than 2 minutes. Here you go, Mr. Derek. Boom. That QR code now goes on my t-shirts, my flyers, my apparel, my magnet truck signs, because I'm going to get another truck sign, y'all, because I got the 2 that go on the side. I just saw from UZ Marketing, the one that I just told y'all about. And Qatar, if you could put that link in there probably one more time too, probably a few times. They got these other magnets, y'all, that go in the back of a truck. So as long as my tailgate is on my truck, I'm going to get another sign there about the power washing business with the QR code. And I'm trying to decide in the beginning that if I want the number to ring to me or do I want to involve Jess inside of this. I know eventually that I do want a virtual assistant to help me with the phone calls, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to start taking calls on my own in the beginning or do I want to drive Jess. So Jess and I will probably be meeting Monday morning. That's one of my VAs. And I'll decide it because I'm still kind of in between the fence. So again, just thank y'all for allowing me to brainstorm this idea out loud with you all. So I appreciate that too. In fact, Janine, I think I have your number locked in too. I can send it to you. She put it in the chat. So for anybody that's looking, check that chat. Janine did that. I mean, Katara did that. Yep, and it's called UZ Marketing. Anything that you can think of, guys, from business cards to yard signs, car magnets, the smaller car signs, the smaller magnets. Like you guys can get big ones, small ones. I recommend the 18 by 24. You want it to be nice and big. So, let's see. Janine says, I know, right? I just heard about this. Yeah, I love that idea, Qatar, about the DMV because when people go, you sit for a long time and things are just scrolling across that screen. So I love it. Text phone number to text me. So again, that phone number is 407-326-0086. So guys, I think that's pretty much it for me today. We were super laxed and just laid back. Thank you guys for all of the outside questions that came up. I'm gonna check the chat one more time to make sure that we hit everything because I'm going to probably do some power washing today. My mom's got a job for me. I got that doctor to do. My ILF needs it in Kissimmee. So I actually got some work to do, guys. And I just checking this chat. I'm gonna check this other question real quick to make sure that I hit everything. And just in case if you text me a question while I'm looking, maybe just text it again so that it's at the end here so that I can catch it. Big shout out to everybody that said that they're going to get those car magnets. I think that's going to be a good deal and a good way to market because you guys are driving or like Tia, while you're while you're at work for 8 hours a day, Tia, park somewhere different now to where you're surrounded by a lot of cars or where a lot of people can see it. Because again, you're parked for 8 hours a day. Why not let your car be an 8-hour commercial? Because to me, your car being sitting there for 8 hours a day is a waste. So even me with my truck sitting in my driveway, I told y'all 30 minutes ago that I live in an HOA community. They ain't real crazy about you having your commercial vehicle in your driveway. And that means that when you put a sign on it, but guess who's gonna put this sign on their truck, bagged in, Till, and I'm gonna be a little bit closer to the edge of the sidewalk now. Till I want my neighbors to know. Here go another gem. I'm finna bless y'all, and then I'm out of here. If you guys live in an HOA community that has a Facebook page, this is a major gem. And watch this. I'm such a great coach that I'm finna give y'all something that didn't work for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. My HOA doesn't allow for you to advertise business. We can advertise everything else. I'm giving away a bed. I'm selling puppies. I'm selling fried chicken. I'm having a garage sale out my window. We can post all of that stuff. But if you own a business, they don't want that. Guess how I know? Me, Derek, y'all brother, 5 days ago, going there with a nice post. Y'all, I use Chat GPT and everything, y'all. I said it so nice. Hey, guys, it's your friendly neighbor, Derek, over here at, name my street address. If you happen to need, but guess what I did before I sent the letter? I drove around the whole community. I said, look at all these dirty driveways. Wow. It'll be amazing what you see once you start getting into something. I never noticed until I started this business again. I counted over 49 different driveways that could use my service. Now, I'll go into the IMB group to give y'all further info in terms of what I'll do extra to promote that. But I wrote a letter. No, excuse me. I wrote a post inside of the Facebook group. That lady erased that post in less than 3 minutes and then sent me an email and said, hey, Mr. Derek, that's all fine and dandy, but we don't do that here. I said, oh, I apologize. I didn't know that this was against the rules, as I've seen people ask for these same services. So I just thought because I was their neighbor, this would be okay. Guys, it wasn't. But let me tell you this. If you have an HOA that they don't mind it, and don't be like Derek unless you don't care, because I didn't care. I would ask first. I'm somebody that normally I'd rather go on and just do it and ask for permission later or forgiveness later. So that's just my style. If you guys got a Facebook page for your community, ask first or find out who's the administrator and send her a DM. Hey, Miss Shirley, I have a housing program for displaced adults and people that are just trying to find housing. Is it okay if I post here? Or hey, Miss Shirley, I sell fried chicken every Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Is it okay if I post? Now, I'm being funny, y'all, but y'all get what I'm saying, right? Ask for permission because I think that's powerful. Because my thought process was, man, it's about 300 houses in here. What if I can get everybody's roof, everybody's driveway? What if I can get the president of the HOA to give me buy-in and I'll do her house for free? I'll detail her Range Rover for free, Miss Tia. Miss Tia, you don't think that I will detail that lady's Range Rover for free if she give me the whole community? So that's what I'm telling you all now. Even with your housing, you just never know who may need your help. But asking to post inside of your community's HOA Facebook page is genius because you're going to come trusted already. Does that make sense, everybody? You're a trusted neighbor. Make sense, everybody? So I'm out of here. That's my last gem. Y'all be great. Don't wait to be great. Go to somebody's place of worship. Go to somebody's church tomorrow. Hopefully it's a great church. Hopefully God is in the place. Tell God what you heard today and say, God, I really want to do what I just heard Derek don't talk about. And God, if you can make the way easy for me, remove every barrier because God, I want to help your people. And God, I want to do it through real estate. So God, can you make the way easy? Can you open up every avenue for me, God, to help your people? See how that prayer is so unselfish? A selfish person says, me, 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 me. This person, God, I want to help your people because I understand that if I do, the blessing is going to reciprocate back to me. Because in your word, it says, Derek, if you help the poor, the needy, and the widow, Derek, it's like you doing a favor unto me. So, guys, again, it's hard to lose, man, when you're doing something that I truly believe that your blessing is already going to be built into it. I often ask people, can you imagine having a job or a business to where the blessing of God was already built into it? That's what this is. When you're housing people and you're doing God's will through real estate, see how it's a win-win for everybody? You're prospering in real estate. The person you house is prospering because they're not homeless, and you doing God's will, answering God's call. Guys, it's hard to lose in life like that. So no matter what you guys start, man, make God the center of it. Make God first, dedicated to God. If you don't have your house yet, your first prayer should be, God, before I even get the first set of keys to that address that you're going to give me, God, I dedicate it to you now. This is your place. Thank you for allowing me to be the overseer over it. Now, God, allow me to be a good steward. I'm going to have one room, guys, soon that's going to talk about just stewardship. Why and how can God trust you with something if you're not being a good steward over what he's already giving you? Does that make sense, y'all? So also pray, because this is another prayer of mine. God, make me a good steward over what you give me. Help me not squander or waste time. Because remember what we told you guys what procrastination means, right? Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. Two of y'all put amen in the chat. That's what that is. So, like, listen to that one more time. The arrogant assumption. Guys, I don't want to be arrogant towards God. He already told me to house the homeless and the needy. I don't really have to ask him for that. Does that make sense? Most things I'm going to say, hey, guys, ask God and get the proper permission. God has already told us to do this. God, can you activate me now? God, I'm ready to get in the game. Put me in, coach. God is the ultimate coach. Coach, can you put me in the game? Coach, I'm ready. And God, whatever I ain't ready for physically or mentally, God, make me ready. But I'm ready to get in the game now. God said the poor and needy will always be among us. So again, it didn't take me to come here today to tell you this. For the reminder, yes. But for the actually to do it, God already said it. He's given us permission to do it. And that's what's cool too. He's already set it up for us to win. Derek, you take care of my people. Derek, I take care of you. It's that simple. It's not a group home. It's not an ALF. And you don't need a license. That alone should just allow somebody to go like, boy, this is what I've been looking for. Okay? So join us every Monday at 6, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And if you haven't already, guys, make sure that you're joining the ILF Academy. That's our free Facebook group where we go live sometimes. A lot of teaching goes in there, and we don't want you guys to miss it. It's free, and it's called the ILF Academy, the ILF Academy. And again, share this room with somebody. Share it to your personal page. Share it to your pastor, your bishop, or anybody that loves God, loves people, and loves real estate. That's a t-shirt brand now that I have. Love God, love people, love real estate. Mash them all together. Okay. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see y'all Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. You figured out your problem. You have a great business or a great business idea. You just don't have a website. So visit digitalflowsolutions.net and get the best website in the world for only $97. And then you just pick your monthly plan. Let's get back to the content. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the content, but I just want to let you know there's still time to apply for the scholarship for the ILF Mastery Blueprint, and that's our one-on-one coaching. So there's a lot that comes with it. So I'm just going to guide you guys to the website so that you can kind of check it out for yourself after we're done here. So you're going to visit forstonconsultants.com. Then you're going to click the tab that says products and services. The first thing that's going to pop up is the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Click that tab that says learn more, and it's literally going to give you step-by-step instruction of what you can do. And it's real easy of how you can apply and win the scholarship to apply to the price so that you can get our one-on-one coaching here at Forston Consultants. Let's get back to the content. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I finally did what you guys been asking me to do for probably about 2 or 3 years now. We get a lot of questions for people that says, Derek, do you just sell the paperwork? Derek, do you have a do-it-yourself version? And guys, I'll admit, we've never had that. We truly believe in the one-on-one coaching, but the more that we listen to you all as our customers and as our family, my job is to do what you guys need, which is a lot of people have been asking for the do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So, guys, we've done that. So, for only $2,497, we've created a version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint where you can actually do it at your own pace. And again, everything's involved except for me being the one-on-one coach. So, again, one more time, we want to offer to you guys a do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And you guys can visit forsterconsultants.com/IMB-DIY. And that's for people that says, Derek, I just want the paperwork. And Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching. I want to do this at my own self-pace. And guys, we've listened. So we've developed the ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, for only under $2,500, that's a no-brainer. And that is something that you want. You guys can either visit the website or simply just text my team DIY to the phone number 407-326-0086. One more time, you can text the word DIY to 407-326-0086, and we'll get you the information that you need to be able to move forward so that you can do it at your own pace. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the top.